Hello and greetings from across the Media Multiverse. With the season of Advent upon us and Christmas just around the corner, I have a series of videos which look at the various visual interpretations of Charles Dickens' novel A Christmas Carol. Some of these films will be called A Christmas Carol, others will be called Scrooge, but they are all based on Mr. Dickens's novel. A novel that we all, I believe by now, know pretty much well. It is about a miser who repents following a visitation from three ghosts over the Christmas period. It is a story that is heartwarming, and it is a story that actually maybe makes us stop and think about some of the things that we do. And are we forging any of the links, even if not as extreme as Ebenezer Scrooge? And as you will see in this series, each interpretation has its own twist in that overall story, but the base source is always the same. Now, in compiling this series, I have tried to find adaptations that are relatively easy to see in the UK. And say the UK because that is where I live. I also use the word relative because some of these adaptations are behind paywalls, so maybe they're not as accessible to everyone here in the UK. And many may be behind paywalls, but they will also be shown throughout the holiday period on normal television. Now, this is not going to be an exhaustive list, and if there is a version that you like that isn't part of this series, please let me know, and I'll have a look at it and see how good it is. And yeah, as always, grateful for any comments after my review in the comment section for you to yeah, tell me what you think about it. This is one of the earliest productions of A Christmas Carol. It was made in 1935, roughly 90 years after the publication of the book, and very roughly 90 years from when I'm doing this particular video. And I am loving the symmetry in that. So I guess the question is does it stand up? Well, to an extent. The film print is poor, or at least the version I saw, the print is poor. But the special effects are also tame, even taking into account that it was made in the 1930s. Remember, at this time, the States were making big Hollywood blockbusters like King Kong, Dracula, Frankenstein, and the rest of it. But in typical British style, the poor special effect is offset with good acting, and that is where this production has its emphasis. It's where it is good, it's where it surpasses itself. It is the good cast as they all come across as real people. And also, due to its short running time, it doesn't outstay its welcome. Overall, I would say this is a sweet little curio, and it still has that Christmas charm, but maybe it's not the best version of the story. This 1951 film is regarded by many, including myself, as the definitive version. This is the Alistair Sim version. There are various prints out there, some in black and white, some in colour, some are called A Christmas Carol, some are called Scrooge. Doesn't really matter. If it's Alistair Sim in the lead, it's the same film. This is the version that gets me in the Christmas mood. This version has scenes such as Fan's death, Scrooge and Marley's takeover of the company from Fezziwig, Marley's deathbed, Alice's work with the poor. These acts are all implied in other versions, and some of them may even be in there to an extent, but this is the version that has them all, and it takes time to dwell and look and consider them. Every now and then there is an actor who takes on a role and just embodies that role. For example, Timothy West is King Edward VII, Annette Crosbie is Queen Victoria, Robert Powell is Jesus, and Alistair Sim is Scrooge. Throughout this series, you will see that there are various interpretations and very good Scrooges, but Alistair Sim is the real deal. And another plus in this movie, for Brits, if not anyone else, is seeing George Cole in an early starring role before he went on to St Trinian's and, of course, Minder, for which he is most famous for. This 1954 television version is an American production. The draw for me was Basil Rathbone as Marley's ghost. And he was as good as I expected him to be. Despite its shortened length, songs were sporadically played out and sung throughout this interpretation. And to be honest, I found them intrusive. But having said that, I am not one for musicals per se, so it probably isn't that surprising. Others may like them, and they certainly enhance that Christmas atmosphere where you've got that story and you've got songs, and also that Christmas tradition of the Victorian era of singing around the piano, which we've seen in other versions of Scrooge. I do like how the ghosts are presented. They are recognisable to Scrooge as people he knows or knew. And this is an example of how each version puts its own twist on that evergreen classic. For me, this is a once only viewing, and as I said earlier, the draw was Basil Rathbone. But musically minded people may like it, and indeed it is a curio of 1950s American television. So yeah, give it a whirl and see what you think. Please do take the time to have a look at some of the other videos in this series of A Christmas Carol, and see if one of your favourite versions is in there, and do you agree with me? If not, why not? I'm grateful to hear. If you have a version that I haven't looked at, then please do tell me about it, because I'd be, it's Christmas time. Of course I'm going to watch it. So until next time, may your news be good news and happy times and places. Farewell.